demise. Joe got Junior with murder in his eyes. Calling blocks from a black greed to inherit the wealth. He would make them bleed. Cruel intentions. Cruel intentions. Twisted minded play. He has to plan and make his parents pay. No remorse. His heart turned black. Seeking revenge, there's no turning back. Chaos unleashed. In the dead of night, his parents' fate sealed. Shadows they fly. Fire fills the air. So got Junior, the epitome of despair. A book of premeditation, a meat grinder in his trunk. The Joel got Junior made his plan, he should have just rethunk. He could not conceive his parents would fight him. They made him this monster. Or was that despite them? Cruel intentions. Cruel intentions. Twisted minded play. He has to plan to make his parents pay. No remorse. His heart turned black. Seeking revenge, there's no turning back. Chaos unleashed. The God family slain. His parents' fate sealed. Miserable pain. His cold, icy stare filled the jury with fear. They sent him to prison. He'll bring no more fear. He'll bring no more fear. He'll bring no more fear.
In a small Kentucky town on a restless night, Special Agent Kathrine Reed, she's got a hunch, she's got it right. She walks into the room with her badge held high. John Elliott's sitting there wondering why. She asks him about a girl that he met online. Midnight meeting in a house shrouded in crime. John shifts in his seat, a nervous look in his eyes. Agent Reed's got questions, she won't compromise. John stutters and stammers, tries to find his words. But Agent Reed's got questions, she won't compromise. John stutters and stammers, tries to find his words. But Agent Reed, she's got a way like nothing he's ever heard. She knows the ins and outs of every dark deal. She's got a reputation that's sealed with steel, with steel. On the day that John got met, he drove for over 2 damn hours. He asked to use the bathroom, but what he needed was a shower. After a while his gut felt sick, he knew he had to get out of there. Then he heard those booming steps, and Chris Hansen filled that other chair. He used to manufacture doors. Now you better watch your drawers. You were caught by Kathrine Reed, so you were handled by the best. In the other room, Jim Roush just snores and scratches at his chest.
Dog. Cat. Mouse. Turtle.
You're listening to FFOP Radio.
Reach the Hey everybody, and welcome to the show. My name is Dave. This is FFOP Radio. We're doing it, guys. If you're here, thanks for being here. It's been a while in the making. I've decided now is the time. Now is the exact time, Grand Amato style, to do Mr. John Elliott. Kathrine Reed has been coming up a lot, so I figured let's do it. But off to my right, my co-host and producer, Krista, is off camera.
Hi. When you're here, you're family.
Here we are. So the thing about John Elliott, right, is he's going to come across as like a really sad, pathetic dude. You're going to want to feel sympathy for him.
He kind of looks like a Ken Brinkman, kind of like a 3.
He's not. He's
I don't
definitely
know
not a
him.
3. So just to unpack it a little bit for everybody, John Elliott here was from tcap 2007. Got nabbed in Kentucky. So what is up, Matt?
Hi.
So, he got nabbed and pulled in. And here's the thing. It feels like Jim Roush was bagged at a completely different time and place. Like a completely different space-time. Because when you watch this interrogation that we're about to watch together, Kathrine has very short hair. She has the same short hair that she has with Dustin. But with Roush, with Michael Myers, with Tim What's-His-Nuts, she's got long hair with highlights and shit in it. She looks like a real lady.
Maybe she got her hair
In between?
done.
No. There's something fishy about this. I cannot... I mean, what am I going to say? Something... Maybe it was footage that was shot before and not used, but it feels like something's up here. Because Kathrine Reed, we're about to see John Dudinsky here float in and out for a second. But Kathrine has short hair. And you remember when she had it in, or maybe you didn't see her with Roush, but when she's with Tim What's-His-Nuts or Michael Myers, the other tcap dudes who you don't ever see on the show, I go, well, that's fishy too. Because how many dudes didn't end up on the show but got interrogation footage, or vice versa? Like Twink Toilet? Very few? So I'm getting that? Anyway, so let's check in with John Elliott. Now, with this guy, again, he's not a 3. He's pretty gross. The person he came to meet was 12. John had CP on his computer. Like, he's going to cry and whine like he's the victim.
Yeah.
And it's a great card to play when you look like John. However, the reality is,
Look at those tube socks.
he's a fucking monster, despite the fact, because he talks about his hobbies. One of them is,
Trains.
no, taking pictures of himself while yanking it.
Oh.
So, buckle
right.
up for that. Here comes Kathrine Reed. There's
Whoa.
John.
Bye-bye.
John says, I'm out of here.
Well, yeah, it is pretty short.
All right, look at her. Oh, God, just her mom pants and her, mom underwear, grandma underwear. Then she's going to sit down and have that, Dharma and Greg haircut.
Had an interesting night, haven't you?
This awful. This is
Yeah.
terrible. But when she's with, again, the aforementioned cast of characters, pretty ladylike. She doesn't have this disgusting windbreaker or these awful Old Navy manager khakis.
Yeah, really.
Say the least.
Here's his papers. Bye.
Got to read your chant.
Is it John? Elliott?
Bald beaver hunter.
Full name, John.
John Wesley.
John Wayne.
And you're 39?
39. As of this year.
Male, 39.
As of this
Kentucky.
year. Yeah, well, not as of last year, then you'd be 40.
Benton, Kentucky. Where do you work?
There's no cameras or nothing on there. I'm not supposed to tell.
Well,
That part's insane to me. Like, he doesn't want to say because they made him sign a non-disclosure agreement. But, like, in this situation, I'd be like, well, you're not going to have the job in the
Right,
morning,
you're
right?
going to
Like,
be
just-
out of the job.
Just be like, oh, well.
there are cameras in here, and it's because
It'll probably be on the
I
internet
don't want
later.
anybody
Yeah.
to say that I beat you up or that
You beat me up.
something happened.
There's
in
somebody
here
hacking up a
shouldn't
lung in the
happen.
other room.
from
It's always
our
people
protection,
coughing in
it's
true
yours.
crime.
Well,
Footage.
because I'll be fired anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
What is it?
Pella
Pella
Window Company.
Windows?
And doors.
That's it.
So
Yeah.
You have to sign a non-disclosure
I
agreement
guess
that you
I
work at a
don't say
windows and
anyway
doors
because
place.
He talks about
it's
it.
that. Just like everything else.
Yeah. Well, you know, you got.
So another thing about John here is, like, when he sat down with Chris, he thought Chris was a therapist, and he's also going to treat Kathrine like a counselor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at my lowest point in life right now. And
I believe it.
Well, before we get into
I know,
it,
okay,
I want
alright.
to talk to you, okay?
Or that's what
There's
he
some
was doing.
stuff that I got to
Thank
take
God. No,
care
but
of
I mean, you got to
first.
say the
As
Mirandas
far
and
as
stuff first.
paperwork and
Mm-hmm.
Housekeeping.
getting those things filled out for
I've been
you.
doing this for
Like I
over
said,
20 years,
I
John.
wanna
Don't you
talk
worry
to
about a thing.
I want to hear your side of the story because there's two sides.
It's not like that I can't
to
see
every
her
story,
face.
and I want to hear your.
Like I just see her hair.
or
Right.
No, I'm an agent. I'm with
Or-
the Kentucky Bureau of Investigation.
You're a counselor? Yeah. Every time you're arrested, they throw a counselor in
You
first
are
thing.
under
Yeah.
arrest. You understand that?
oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
The
I'm in
handcuffs.
cuffs.
Well,
They
let's
threw
get
me on the
this
ground, Kathrine.
paperwork.
Get on the ground.
And what kind
No
of
ghillie
car did
suit
you
for
drive?
him, though.
It's a Chevrolet
Cobalt. Right?
Cobalt.
There we go.
Chevrolet Cobalt. Okay.
2000.
The car's so strong, they made it for a whole, like, 7 years.
Well, first,
So
I'm
much
gonna
paperwork.
read you a statement of your rights, okay?
I'm going to read you a
So that
declaration of your independence.
as to how this works and
Okay, I don't understand this stuff, so you have to be kind of slow with me if that's okay.
well, I'm
my
gonna
God.
read it to you.
I love it when they broach this, because everybody does it a little bit differently, but it's all the same flavor as soup. But one of my favorite ones is like, hey, this is the same form we use, for employment.
Any questions?
It's like, you know what?
You get
Come on,
Mirandized to work here.
Or they'll say, I just watched one where the guy goes, well, this is all the standard paperwork we give to all the witnesses and all the victims and so on.
Answer any questions
Now, keep in mind the person they're talking to stabbed a man to death.
during the questioning.
Oh yeah, she's got
Good
way
so
more masculine qualities than
You
John.
may
But
request the court to appoint
saying
an
much.
attorney for you if you cannot afford to hire one.
do you understand what your
You
rights
may
are,
stop the questioning
John?
at any time by refusing to answer any further questions or by requesting a consultation with your attorney.
Which you should do immediately. We were almost going to watch Maurice Wolin's footage, but it's only like 17 minutes.
Understand.
So I'm going to have to put like a few things together with him.
Yeah.
What I'm going to need you to do is sign right here. And what it's stating is that I have read you a statement of your rights and that you understand them.
Okay.
Okay? And if you understand them, you don't
And
have any
you're willing to
questions,
talk to me. We can wave
let's
those
say that
away.
that was
He has very whistly breathing.
She's got a whistle nose. Look at that. She's got a flip phone. It's a razor.
Is 10/21/07, and the time is
Pretty late
1:54 a.m.
in the
Dang.
nose whistle. They got
Alright?
there late.
Right there where it says signature.
Oh my God, Kathrine, drop the depends. Oh my God, and these grandpa bowling shoes, like they're one step away from Velcro. Yowza.
Cargo pants.
Like, no shit. If you take away this haircut and put just a shock of white up here, this is how my grandpa looked from the age of like 55 till his death. Just, that was his
With a
silhouette.
windbreaker too?
Yes. Sometimes they would change, and the windbreaker would be the same color as the pants, but by and large,
Yeah.
they this is what my grandfather looked like. And I said, Grandpa, there he is. Same haircut. Just kidding.
And then here at the bottom, this is called a waiver.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Having the above statement of my rights read and explained to me and fully understanding them, hereby waive these rights. And that you would be doing this freely and voluntarily without threat or promise.
Do you understand,
That's in
John?
order for you to talk to me and tell me what's going on.
Okay.
And how this all occurred and how you got here tonight.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
drove
have to
my
have
Cobalt.
you waive your rights in order for that to happen. Otherwise, I can't talk to you.
Okay.
You know,
This feels... It feels like everything that comes out, like every sign is there for a reason, every law is there for a reason. The Miranda rights feel, I don't know, they feel kind of manipulative, but they are so simple. It's like, can't you understand it? But like in a situation like that, you go, well, I don't know if I would do the same thing. Because like, John obviously is not too clever. Mm-hmm. But he obviously doesn't understand the implications. I think that the problem is that, like, we're so, just to cross our T's and dot our I's, we go, do you understand the words on this paper? And we go, yeah, I understand that I have all these things. But do you understand the implication?
Right, or the meaning of these words.
Not just, like, the implication is the thing. The meaning, whatever. You can get a lawyer, hooray, and it'll be free. I understand that. What a free lawyer is, you get that conceptually. But by talking to me and waiving all of the things that you get, that's the problem. It's like, hey, anytime you want, you can get all these things. But in the meantime, don't think about that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's so simple. And you want to, like, the human inclination is to, like, get your side of the story out, especially if you feel like you've got a chance for some spin.
Yeah.
But all the Miranda rights does is make it... easier for those who are clever to go like, oh, good, lawyer. And those who aren't to go like, oh, God, great, fine. Now I can finally talk to someone to get this off my chest because they're telling me that we're friends.
Mm-hmm. They're a counselor.
understand what I'm saying?
I think so.
Oh, my God.
Okay. So, if you agree to that,
Thank God, since this is 2007, all cell phone technology still affects all audio-video equipment.
we'll date it and put the time on there.
Hi, Maxwell.
Sign it, and then
What's up,
we'll
Maxwell?
put
I could lay
the
my
time
cell
date
phone
on
across
there.
my mixing board right now, no problem. What happened in 2007?
They tight.
Oh, yeah, they cuffed me.
Oh, no, he's lefty.
Evil. God, hand that pen over like he was lifting a sack of manure out of a truck.
6 a.m.
God damn, does Kathrine Reed have my grandpa's legs? Jesus Christ, like. He used to sit in his
sure that I
chair the
told
same
you,
way when he would
but my
chain
name's
smoke out on
Kathrine
the front porch.
I'm an agent.
Agent Kathrine Reed.
Oh, sorry. Been creeping in the background. Hi, Tony.
What's happening, Tony? I'm Grandpa Kathrine Reed. What do you think that bottle is back there? Centrum? Centrum Silver?
One other thing I need to cover
Yeah.
with you.
Think she's
is
got to make sure he didn't get
consent to search.
osteoporosis?
And we'll fill out this form, and then I'll read it to you, and then you can make decision whether you want to give us consent to do the search. Okay? And you can be present, or you can allow them to go ahead and do the search without your presence. That'll be okay.
It feels like Kathrine Reed doesn't have like a foot anywhere near her
I don't do
gas
drugs or
pedal.
nothing like
She
that.
just like idles through life. They sat through 3 hours of Jim Rouse. She'll sit here and fill out paperwork and be like, let me, as soon as I'm done scribbling away at 3 words a minute,
We'll talk about it.
we'll cross that bridge about whether or not you want to give consent. And it's cool if you don't, but again, we're 45 minutes from that bridge, so don't even worry about crossing it. Holy God.
Well, that's good. That's a plus.
It's like a vacuum where the Reed technique should exist. like instead of building rapport, she's just like, hey, I'm going to fill out a bunch of like, essentially like loan documents out in front of you.
This is the Kathrine Reed technique.
Yeah, it's like, hey, paperwork and pen, please. She's like, now get ready for 8 minutes of pen scratching.
They're not bad.
People will want to confess by the
That's
time
like
she's
Chinese
done.
water torture.
All that stuff gets on clothes and it's got it all dusty with that stuff in it. Yeah, vinyl and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can
You know what
dig
year
it.
it is?
2005.
What? Oh,
His car.
So you just can't keep it clean. As soon as you clean it, it's
It's
back
dirty
dusty
again.
all over again.
Yeah.
Kentucky,
What color
right?
is it?
Blue.
Cobalt is blue.
As far as like exact tone, the manufacturer color, I don't know how they call it, but it's blue. Yeah.
Okay.
To answer your question.
So if I walk
Trick question. It's blue. I don't know the manufacturer's color. It's not like a ginger ale. It's not like a Sonic green.
Electric blue.
It's like a blue.
out in the parking
Like a
lot,
bluish
for a
purple?
2005 Chevrolet Cobalt.
Is
blue,
it shaved
I'd
down
be
there?
able to
Yeah, it's got the
fit.
fin.
That's what
The one
you're
with
saying.
the one's got the fin on the back. I don't know if
It's rocking about 101 horsepower.
They took the fin off, but mine's got the little, I don't know what they call those things, spoilers or something.
Spoilers. Spoiler.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a fun story there, John. I'm Kathrine Reed. Well, anyway, hey, what you
So
got
at the
planned
top
for
of this
Halloween?
page. Jesus. Halloween. What month was this?
It's October 21st,
Oh,
2007.
he'll be in jail.
My grandpa is dressed up as Kathrine Reed, interrogating John Elliott.
We can look at this together. It's
Wait a
consent
minute. Do you think
search.
this might be
It's where we-
Barbasol and he's like a real life Dennis Nedry and there's like velociraptors and stegosaurs in there?
Says I hereby consent to
It
a
seems
complete search of
legit.
the premises, property, or vehicle located at Bowling Green Police Department and more particularly described as Chevrolet Cobalt 2005.
Blue.
And it's the
Now, are
same
you the
form
owner?
she filled and read at for Roush. I want to say his was like in
Is it just in your
2006
name?
though. Look up James Roush really quick.
His interrogation?
When he was arrested.
Help me again,
Arrested?
I'm off.
Arrested.
John.
Because like there's no way. I mean there's like at least 6 months worth of hair growth on Kathrine between the two. And she goes from like being like whatever Miss Peggy Hill with a bowl cut to like, you know, someone who could be distantly related to Reba McEntire.
Yeah, John.
John Wesley.
There's just BW on the title thing.
John W.
We're going to try
Elliott.
and seize your cobalt,
A
John.
lot of Elliott's where I
On August 10th, 2007 was when he was
grew up in
charged
Bell County. You know where that is?
with travel and interstate commerce with intent to engage in sexual conduct with a minor.
So it was before this, August.
3
you said.
months.
Right, but that's the thing.
She cut her hair.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There you go. The wave sign collapses. But 3 months, like,
That's what I said earlier, and you were like, no. 2 months.
but
2 months.
whatever. Moral of
Yeah.
the story is, like, did they go back a couple of times? Like, what was the shooting schedule? And like, what? That's so weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Sorry, I don't know.
I don't know. That they went back to the same place more than once over one weekend.
I know we're
Yeah.
black by the
It's also surprising that, I mean, it probably doesn't matter. I'm sure these are all different colors, but like Roush's room was like maroon red, and his is white ass white.
Right, but that's I don't think this is the same police station. Because
Yeah.
in this footage, we see no hide nor hair of Tom Nishke. I think Kathrine Reed was at both stings, but Dudinsky wasn't at the first one because Mike Nishke is in all the other ones too. He's with Tim and Michael and Jim.
Yeah.
looking at a map.
Something's going crazy in the TCAP. Finding it out
That's
27
like
years
very
after the
end.
fact.
Yeah.
Good point.
Well, you know where Virginia and Tennessee and Kentucky meet? The
Like
golf
3
course
kissing
right there?
cousins.
That's where Bell County is. Small place in the mountains. Pine Mountain State Park.
Oh my God.
Sounds pretty.
It is. It's nice.
She just said it was
Maybe you
small.
go there sometime.
It's a small place in
Got a
between 3
PGA
states.
Tour golf course.
Sorry.
Fun
Alright.
fact about Roush, now that I'm reading his TCAP wiki thing.
No.
He after he was released, he relocated to Illinois and then supposedly passed away in 2022. Although he's still alive in 2023, having relocated to Ohio, but he's not on the SO registry anymore. He got removed off of it in 2019. So when he got released from prison,
Jim Roush is like fucking old Ulysses. He's just a giant mythical fish swimming around the U.S. Is he dead? Is he alive? Like, you know, is he still playing the keyboards and getting high on morphine? Who knows?
I wonder if he's going to the swingers club still.
You know what, John?
I don't.
Stop crying,
We're gonna
John.
live through this.
There, John.
You know what? We can wait on this paperwork.
I give up.
Will you give me consent to search your vehicle?
I'm a horse. I don't have nothing out there anybody.
You know, we can wait on this paperwork.
But
Let's
anyway.
go ahead and just slide this paperwork on over to you so you can fill it out.
I apologize.
I know you're getting upset here, so why don't you busy yourself by filling out your own paperwork?
Anybody sees me like this.
Well, you know, I've seen people in worse situations.
But like that's the thing. Like here in whatever in their present, it's easy to be John Elliott and go like, "Oh man, I shouldn't have cranked it in front of a 12-year-old." But like that is such a small sliver in time, because like comparatively, because from like hook set to showing up to the decoy's house, like he was ostensibly there to get down and gross, and only now that it is no longer an option and everybody knows and everybody's like gross, is he like, oh man, am I feeling sad about that shit?
Oh man.
Keep thinking I'd rather be in here for drugs. So
Why is that?
Yeah. I would definitely go down for heroin before anything related to John Elliott.
You ashamed of yourself?
Good. There's a picture of him shirtless on the tcap.
Yeah, they're all over the place where he's shirtless with that gross goatee.
Thinking
He
about
doesn't have a goatee here. He just has a weird mustache.
Oh, there's another one.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. He's widowed.
It's going to be a hard conversation, but you know what? You can practice telling me the truth. That way, when
Do I look like your wife, Travis? Nice.
Travis.
Elliott.
appreciate you.
You can practice confessing your crime to me, Special Agent Kathrine Wife. What do you mean, John?
I just.
Now, can you print your name right under
Oh my God.
and your address right below that?
Sorry, I don't mean to be this way.
You literally
Well,
missed
you
the
know,
entire form before you
sometimes-
passed it back, apparently.
You've been through a lot, and you have to have that emotional release to deal with it.
I try not to. I just.
It's so insane because Catherine's saying human words, but there's like no emotion behind it. It's like a Borg.
He's a Borg.
She's like a Borg reading a script. She's like, you know what? You're going to get through this. Beep boop. Got to recharge. She hovers back over to her pod.
Oh, he's part of the
Illuminati.
Bowling Green 7 that did not cross state lines and wasn't charged with wasn't charged federally.
Run or not.
Yeah, because he was from Kentucky, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously. Oh my God, Catherine! Like, maybe that's the thing. Maybe since it's so late and John seems like he's so willing to confess, she's just like, whatever. I'm on golden
There
time.
you go.
We're at the house.
The infamous Bowling Green 7. Hello, Rod.
I said, worst things could have happened.
Yeah, the infamous. They're like the Central Park 5, except they were, you know, the Bowling Green 7 were definitely guilty.
I don't know. I keep thinking maybe I should have just got a shot in the head.
So, John,
Join my brother.
do you want to be present whenever?
So, John, I'm going
Anyway.
to go ahead and disregard your human emotions because I have wildly unchecked Asperger's syndrome. What are your favorite color socks, John? Oh, you got a dead brother? What's your favorite color in the rainbow?
Do they search your vehicle, or is it okay if they go ahead and do that?
No, they can go ahead. I don't have to be present. Yeah, y'all got my permission to go ahead and search it.
You want something to drink?
Can I have some water? Just
Actually, I looked for some water before we come up here. I got
Pipes
a
are
Sprite
dry.
there, if you think you could handle that. Or I could have somebody hunt you down a glass of water if you don't mind some tap water.
It's so weird that like so many interrogation footages involve food or water or drinks or whatever as a prop, and the levels at which they will give it to them. I'm starting to draw maybe unnecessary corollaries. Because, like, let's say at the top end of the scale, like you're Todd Colehap, and they're going and getting you like liters of soda and feed of sandwiches, and they're willing to scour the globe for whatever chicken or burger you want. And some people are like, "Can I get some water?" And you would expect at least a bottle, but they come back with like one of those tiny little styrofoam cups, and they hold it like because they're handcuffed, and they gotta hold this tiny little ounce and a half and go, And you can't even like. I mean, part of the reason is making somebody comfortable. Maybe the opposite of that is like fucking them over with the tiniest cup in the world. But like an open-faced cup of water just feels like the lowest of the low to offer someone.
Well, and this is a strange thing too, because she's like, "Can I get you something to drink?" And all he asked for is water, and she's like,
Don't have any.
"Don't have any." We looked.
She's like, "Oh, it's a Sprite. That's right. I forgot. It wasn't a Barbasol can. It was Sprite."
I got this warm Sprite if you want it.
It's a little hot in here, isn't it?
Got on my jacket. There you go.
There you go. That's a 90-degree Sprite. Go ahead and drag it across the microphone there.
I hate for anybody to see me like this.
Well, John,
You fucked.
just leaving you in here.
Just me and you.
I don't want anybody to see me like this. I don't even like my wife seeing me like this.
That part reminds me of there's the same interrogator, the red shirt guy from the Stephen McDaniels interrogation. He goes, "Wow, Stephen." There's a case out there where like this collective of idiots got together to like kidnap this woman who worked with one of the group at a bank to steal a whole bunch of money, like $1 million plus. The dude who was like just saddled with making sure she didn't leave the house got spooked and killed her. And anyway, the same detective, he's like, he does that same sort of thing because like the kids like makes him pray with him and stuff. And he's like, "Can you swear that there's, whatever?" Because I don't know why he didn't want to tip his hand, but he's like, "I watched the first 48. And he's like, "Oh, you watched the first 48. And then like when the suspect is like, "Are there cameras in here, microphones?" He's like, "No, there's no cameras in here. This ain't the first 48, bro." And so he's like, "All right." He's like, "Can you swear that it's only me and you in here?" He's like, "I can swear." He's like, "I swear to you that it's only me. The only two people in here talking right now are me and you. I swear, I could swear on that. The only two people in here talking right now are me and you." And that's a great thing because it's infuriating when a detective asks a direct question like, "Where's your Impala?" And the answer is around. And they go, "What does around mean?" And you go, "Around." And you go, "That's frustrating."
Yeah.
It's hilarious on the other side of that coin where he goes, "Is there a camera in here?" And the answer to "is there a camera in here" is the only people in here talking are you and me. Now, if Kristen and I were in a room full of cameras, I could say that and it'd be true. But I'm not an idiot, and I would go like, "Wait, what?" I'm willing to swear on that, Brett.
Like I said, we'll have an opportunity to
The only two people talking here,
these
me and you.
things, and you can deal with it here instead of with her. Because she's going to be angry with you.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And she passed away while he
This-
was in prison.
I'm here to listen.
And this dumbass role play. She's like, "Pretend I'm your wife."
She know you chat online.
She know you.
No, she don't.
You chat a lot.
What's a lot? I mean, nobody knows.
Well, not a whole lot. Not like I used to. I used to chat years ago, a lot more.
But like, what did that look like? ICQ?
When'd you start?
White chatting.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
1996.
My gateway
Back when that
chat.
first came out, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Bear chat was the first thing I chatted on.
Bear chat?
Bear
Yeah.
chat.
All these,
It's
like,
like-
there are so many programs that existed, like, that were just made for people to talk to one another. And all of them are so stupid. The ones that rose at the top are the ones we all keep. But like,
text thing that you type in, people reply on it, kind of like a group room.
yeah. And there was a million of them, but like we didn't call them chat. Like before,
it
chat
wasn't like an
room
instant message.
was a thing. It was just like, I remember being that young.
Yeah, called Parachat. I don't think it exists anymore.
Probably not.
You know.
Things become obsolete so quick on the internet with computers and everything that they're more advanced.
With computers.
Oh boy, thank you for that.
I know, it's fascinating.
Hey, where'd you get your shoes
So-
from, John? I might get some of my size.
Oh yeah,
Can we try them on?
fantasy. Come on, say it. It was fantasy.
I don't know how to explain it. I wish I'd.
Well, you know what? Instead of thinking so hard about it,
Think a little less hard about it.
just tell me.
Fantasy.
There you go. Whew. Thought that was never going to happen.
It's fantasy.
Just fantasy.
Fantasies dreamed up online or in your mind. Something you wouldn't do.
A young girl.
Be with a young girl.
I'm not saying it's right or anything like that. I don't mean to make it sound that way.
Fantasy is such a bizarre word because, like, in the right circumstance, it can feel okay, but like in any other, it's like trying to tell someone like a dream you had. Like it's super important to you, but like in the wrong context. Like if you don't have a friend who gives a fuck, it's just like, oh my god, shut up. Fantasy is one of those things where like it's highly like specialized. Where you go, what, you talking sexy to someone? But if anybody brings up the word fantasy outside of like bedroom talk, you go, what the fuck?
Yeah, no.
That fantasy for I mean, what,
When
help me
Kathrine Reed
out.
says fantasy, there's no passion in it for me.
No.
And if it helps you feel better, I'll role play for you and I'll be your wife and say, what in the world were you thinking with a 13-year-old?
Let's role play.
Here I am at home. Where'd you tell her you went?
Get cigarettes?
For drive.
You went for a drive and I get a call from you from the jail.
I'm going for a drive. Bye. At
Because
midnight.
you've been
Going to get some
out
milk.
chasing some 13-year-old? What in the world is wrong with you? I thought you loved me. I thought you appreciated me more than that. Which I'm sure she'll throw a few explicative words in there for you.
Explicative.
Explicative.
Yeah.
Nice.
Explicity split.
Won't she?
No, probably. More than likely.
I don't feel like Kathrine knows what she's doing here. She is one of the worst interrogators on the planet.
They're like, it's 1 a.m. Let's just send Catherine in.
Like, Dudinsky was so surgical. All he did was just gather information that he needed for a search warrant or to get, Dustin to confess to something. And here's Kathrine. We're fucking 19 minutes into this, and all she's done is chicken scratch on some paper and listen to John sob quietly over a Sprite.
Yeah.
She's the fucking worst.
Because you're not doing very well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Keep role playing with me, John.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't interrogations involve questions,
I'm keeping
Kathrine?
up.
God, it's times like this I'm just begging for Tom Nishke to be like, and tonight was about feelings.
Get her-
And I know that.
You'd be a monster. You'd be inhuman if you didn't have feelings for Jim.
Come on, John. Now I need you to talk to me.
I'm sure you have, John.
I need you to open up.
This is gonna sound stupid. I don't want.
You
This
know
is
what?
gonna be on record. It's gonna sound
You're a
dumb.
dumbass for that you're here anyway.
I mean, did you feel bad when you were downloading CP from anonymous strangers online?
You worry about sounding stupid all the time, don't you?
I bet you do sound stupid all the time. I bet that
You
hurts.
know what?
I
I'm
bet
not
you
here to
do,
judge
John.
you.
I
I
sound
don't think
stupid
you
too.
should
I'm
have
Catherine
made
Reed.
a mistake. You had a fantasy. You had an
Ugh.
opportunity to fulfill it, and you took a chance. And
You risked it
here
all.
now.
History repeats
Now's
itself.
time
Try and you'll
to deal with
succeed. Never doubt that you're the one.
Get it off your chest.
You're the best, John. Around.
John, you're losing me. I don't understand what this has to do with a 13-year-old girl.
There's obviously a cut there. I don't know what we lost because what was, Kathrine? Because, or maybe John Elliott is just the Flash and he was able to move his hands from his face to the table in under a second.
It adds up. It does. How to get it. See, I don't know how.
Here's the thing. I'm no stranger to stress and anxiety. At no point, even in my highest highs or my lowest lows, we're like, that's it. Where are them kids at? No. Like, no amount of stress has ever been like, get online, find someone who, is really into Rainbow Bright. I'm not talking about like latter day dudes and bronies.
Well, how to explain it?
I mean, I'm hearing you, but
But I don't know what you're saying.
I
is
still
all.
need to know how you got here tonight. You told
My
me
Cobalt.
fancy.
Yeah, I drove
I
2 hours.
drove. Yeah, I drove here.
I drove.
Yeah.
Let's take it literally.
Myself.
I drove
So,
myself.
You started chatting.
You had no chauffeur.
What was the screen name you used?
Here we go.
Bald Beaver Hunter.
Bingo.
But I wasn't looking for a young girl when I made that name, no.
Really?
No?
Was I the only one, even as a young person, to be like, all right, email, that's cool. It can be whatever you want. However, I should probably think ahead because if someone important ever asks, I don't want to say like sweet ass puss pounder 83 at Hotmail, right? Like, don't be a fucking idiot.
No.
Or make two, like,
Right.
for all your jackass friends, be like, hey, it's sweet ass puss pounder 83. But like, if someone in a tie is like, I'd like to email you, be like, hey, it's john.w.elliott at like, I'm not a perv. Gross.
That fantasy, but I wasn't looking for a young girl at that time.
Looking for an old girl.
So,
When
if
she
you-
showed up in the room,
But you know what, like,
Predators just descended on her like a vulture.
because sworn it said 18 on her profile, but I can't remember right now really offhand.
Now, John,
What?
you trying to tell me now you thought she was 18?
No, I'm just saying on the profile. No, I can tell by the picture.
Now, John,
I don't mean it that way.
at least he's being honest.
let's build up. He's being honest. Like, that's the thing. He has over Dustin McFetridge.
And she told you she was 13.
Yeah.
Don't go fibbing now, John. I'm your mama, Kathrine Reed.
So, you used the name Bob Beaver Hunter.
God
What was
damn.
the person's name that you were chatting with? The screen name.
Dances with
Harry Beaver
fairies.
Saver?
You chat with a lot of people?
Very.
Dances with fairies.
Well, let me
Okay.
help you out.
I'm sorry. it's kind of hard for me to think right now.
Dreaming of Fairies.
Dreaming of Fairies, that's it.
Would that be you
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle?
and her?
Yeah.
Bob Beaver Hunter 42025.
Yeah.
420. And then 25 for some reason.
She said she was 12.
Oh, damn.
And you said,
That's what Detective Kelly kept calling or saying to Jeff Sokol about his 13-year-old.
Oh.
cool. 39 male
You
here.
talking about this, now you got a marriage contract, you talking about a pussy, and blah, blah, blah.
Lord, laugh out loud.
You got a major league problem, dude.
So even if her profile,
No, I mean, I'm just
Oh
saying.
my God. John, John is like the one who gets off the easiest. I mean, even Tim and Michael Myers, like, for whatever, Kathrine Reed, for the first round of interrogations or whatever, maybe she thought there would be more, and she brought her A game, whatever that was. It was still like a C plus to the rest of us.
Yep.
But like for Jim and Tim and Michael, it feels like she's trying because she's asking pertinent questions and trying to get information.
She's
Here-
just tired here.
Yeah, she feels like, oh, you know what? It's golden time. CBS is cashing my paycheck. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
Maybe she went through like a rough divorce or breakup in the 2 months between
'cause that's the thing. She went from being like a semi-sleek, long-haired, feminine-looking, individual to my grandpa.
And she had like a midlife crisis and like hit it hard.
Maybe she had a bad breakup.
Yeah.
Catherine, were you hurt? I mean,
Who hurt you?
I mean, before and after, you're still about the same as an interrogator, but before the breakup, you had at least some energy.
Catherine, why?
Wow,
On the age
Mrs.
thing,
Reed.
I think the only way they can put a thing on y'all, I think you gotta say 18. I think
Oh,
that's what.
oh, you're saying that the chat room you were in wouldn't allow for them to be in there if they were under 18.
As long as you knew
Because
how
I
to
think it's the
type
way it's
1 and
standard
8, they'd let you
on
in.
code now.
Yeah,
I think.
or like
So it was y'all.
I've seen like what's 8 plus 4, or like some random like if I go on a brewery website or whatever, it's like, are you 18? What's 8 plus 6?
I remember seeing because when you back in the day, like if Windows 95 or 98, it would have some websites would have that. I was like, what year were you born? I remember some websites being as ludicrous as like scrolling all the way back to the 20s. Like I remember, how far does this go? One time on one website, because I was looking for the 80s, and I was like, oh my god, it stopped at 1924, and I'm like, who in 1997 is born in 1924, surfing the web?
Is her name really spelled without another E?
Is it
Tell me
R-E-I-D?
about this fantasy where you
No,
playing
I'm
it
saying her
out in
first
your
name.
chats?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
The title card came up
Well,
on my
yeah.
tablet, and you wrote Catherine and not Catherine.
Well,
What'd you tell her you wanted
I'm a bad speller. It's possible.
Yes, sir. And oral sex.
What the fuck, Catherine? She's like, oh, well, what's going on over here?
Y'all get that?
Is there a bug in the room, Catherine? Here's the thing. Any other interrogation, when someone lets loose, I was looking for oral from someone underage, that would be yeah, pay dirt after a long and arduous interrogation. He is just waiting for shit to spill out of him. And he's like, I wanted oral. And she's like, where's my cannoli? No follow-up question. No,
Nope.
nothing.
I'm just
No,
gonna sit there.
no, where'd that come from? Or do you feel anything about that? Just oh, what? Huh?
Do you want to role play some more, John?
Thought I heard the car backfiring or something out in the parking lot.
John, I need you to look at me.
I'm going to look
Why?
over here.
Oh, sorry.
It offends me when you don't look at me. I don't like
You're
it.
not asking a fucking question.
Sorry.
Well, I mean,
It's
do you like it if I look away whenever I talk to you?
Oh,
Like
It's
I
kinda
was?
disrespectful, you know.
I'm just embarrassed.
Yeah.
I understand you're embarrassed.
Ask a fucking question, Catherine. Without paperwork, she has literally nothing. She's
Yeah.
just hoping that he'll weave a narrative. Sans prompt, sans agitation, or literally anything. She'll just sort of telekinetically will him to say something. And then when he's not answering the questions she's not answering, she's going to go, hey, look at me when you're talking to me and not answering the questions I'm not asking.
Yeah, I need to stare awkwardly at you so you could feel like I want you to say something.
Check into your fucking job, Catherine.
Well,
But it's not anything
Well,
that you can't deal with.
it's over. No, really, seriously, it's gone now.
Well, from what you just told me, it wasn't pleasant.
Nice one, Catherine. Fucking nailing it. Build rapport by being like, well, are you really losing a lot, John? Sure, your life is over, but what have you lost? You're a loser. Catherine.
To begin with.
That's like
You know, all you can do is take the carpet
if someone
down,
said that to me and I was
Make
sitting there,
this.
I'd be like,
or
you know
else
what?
change
I
it.
would like that lawyer now.
Aside from any question that was listed on a forum, have you heard her ask a question yet?
No.
She read some of the chats.
And you'll deal with
She
that.
said she
I'm
wanted to know
certain
how you got here,
you'll
but
deal
that
with
wasn't a question. That was more of like that's just, you haven't told me how you got here.
You'll get through it. People have lived through much worse.
Let me tell you about my breakup. See my hair?
I wish you
Breakup hair.
Because I know you don't want to hear all this junk.
Well, you know, I'd like to hear about these chats.
Why not ask a question about the fucking, like, here's the thing. I wouldn't like walk into a room and throw evidence on a table in front of someone and then like stare at them with an icy glare and be like, expecting them to put two and two together. Your role as an investigator
Yeah.
is to ask the questions.
Investigate.
Right. How are you going to get an answer without a question? And if you keep saying, well, tell me about this or that, how? In what way?
Because with you having this fantasy, I can't help but believe that this isn't the first person you've been in contact with.
No, I'm serious. It is. No, I'm being serious. I'm serious.
So where'd you find the child porn?
Off of people, off the rooms.
Oh, rooms.
In
Chat rooms.
adult rooms.
Another
You
big chat.
understand?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying.
Okay.
I
Well,
just
I
got-
don't want to rush.
I make a lot of things.
They
Yeah,
talked about
God
CP
forbid.
for a while.
Yeah, God forbid you rush John Elliott by, I mean, literally anything. Like here, the frustrating part about most interrogations is the dedication, the skill, the pointed question of a detective needing a direct answer, no matter how inconsequential it may seem. And getting obfuscative answers from the people, but that's the job. Is like they have to try and close in the net like a good sheepdog to a herd of sheep. But when you replace that sheepdog with a fucking Snorlax and the sheep are begging to be corralled, it's frustrating to watch.
Yeah.
This is not a sport. It's someone too lazy to do their job and someone begging them to just fucking hurry the fuck up and get them in the pen. But whatever.
Bouncing around in your head.
You know.
You and me, John, our minds are running 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Hung up to dry, I guess.
Ryan says, I'm here, and I can tell you're
So
both
you knew it was
therapists.
wrong.
I can tell you're a
Thank you.
therapist too, Ryan.
You knew it was
I can tell you're a therapist.
not a good choice to attempt to have sex with a 12-year-old.
Oh my God.
I originally went to college for psychology to be a
Consider
therapist.
that before you left
See where that got me.
But you came anyway. Because this fantasy just took over. And
Fantasy.
because I noticed you were a little nervous. I guess just being there.
So, as I sit here and I watch this, I'm like, what is it that makes John feel so good and Kathrine feel so bad, right? It's like reaching into a toolbox for a Leatherman. Like, right? You know, oh my God, it's something in the house, a generic thing is broken. I don't know what I'm going to need. I don't want to carry out a bunch of stuff. You grab the Leatherman. That's John Dudinsky. He can get the job done because you can move through his abilities or
Compartments.
whatever compartments. And he goes, okay, let's talk about the crime. Let's get information about where you live and all the shit you have and possible dangers, and then get your form signed, and boom, 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 you move through the arc, neat as you please. And he goes, good luck to you, Justin. And you're out the fucking door.
Yeah.
Kathrine is like reaching in, hoping to grab the Leatherman, but accidentally grabbing a clown hammer. And you go, well,
Squeak.
fuck my shit. And well, you go, oh, fuck. So you see a loose nail, you go, squeak, squeak, god damn it. So you find a rock and you hope that works. And you end up fucking up more shit because you're looking for anything that will work, and nothing does because you've been handed a clown hammer. Mm-hmm. But you want that Leatherman. And so we've been sitting here for now 27 minutes. God knows how much real time has passed because of those edits. And
Right.
no important or even, like, aside from him just being sad and being like, I wish I didn't do it, like, that's what Maurice Wolin did. Like, we've got the chat. What are we doing here? We're not getting anything juicy out of John.
I didn't do nothing.
Like, but Catherine's getting $96 an hour, so
Right.
fucking...
Thinking,
I'm sure you
wow,
did,
I'm gonna get to
Lady-O.
live out this fantasy that I had.
I did, I promise.
So what was it about it? The fantasy. Tell me about the fantasy.
Every time she says
What
that, it
was
makes me hate that word even more.
Get to that fantasy.
Just
Be with a young girl.
have oral sex with.
You know my name, Bald Beaver Hunter.
I,
You performing it or both ways?
No, me performing. That was my fantasy.
here's the thing. Being a dude, right? I've always found some of what my kinsmen do confusing. All the weirdos who are like, I want someone young and a virgin. I always go, well, like, okay, I don't, because I want someone like, whatever, having a new car is nice, but there's still that awkward break-in period. And every car has that, which is why it's nice to step into a model that's already got 2 or 3 years of wear and tear on it. Seen a little bit of the road, knows what's going on, and won't be an awkward situation for the first 6 months as you learn where the seats go and where all the buttons are and like how sensitive the clutch is and all that shit. But like all these assholes who are like, oh, I want someone, a young virgin, number one. Like, what? So you have to like tell them what to do all the time? That's exactly what I want to do. When I'm caught in the throes of passion to be like an airline pilot director, not being able to wing it, but also like everybody like is fixated on oral. And here's the thing, where like having P to V or P to A, whatever type of sex down there happens, more or less, I mean, those puzzle pieces fit together. Oral is such a complicated beast that everybody seems to like really get juiced up over, but it's the most elusive of the sexual acts because it takes a skill that you can't just develop by sliding back and forth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, everybody's like, oh, oral, I want oral. I don't want oral from anyone who without, like, that's the thing. I wouldn't want oral from someone without experience. I've had it. We were all young. It's bad. I don't want to go to people, no matter the age, with zero experience. The younger, the worse. But the fact that they're like, I want to have sex or this or that with someone with zero experience and then also stick it in their butt, which every predator loves to do.
Which is crazy to me.
I go, why? Why, Steven? Give me someone with a few years. Like, I don't want 100,000 miles on that engine, but somebody who knows where the gas pedal is would be fucking nice.
So that was your intention.
Yeah.
Like, it's already awkward enough, like when you first meet somebody and you do it.
Right.
Then adding that aspect onto it just makes it even
Now, what was her name?
harder.
Didn't
I
she
imagine.
have a name that she gave you?
Crystal.
Crystal. That's right.
Crystal. Yeah.
Can remember the fairies, but remember Crystal.
That sounds about right for somebody who likes fairies. It's a pretty name.
But
It's a broad stereotype, bitch.
yeah.
So, John,
Here's a question. First one in maybe an hour. Come on. Ask
you're
it.
telling me that you don't have any other minors that you're talking to online.
No, I do not.
You sure about that?
Was he lying?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. All they would, they're gonna seize his computer. Like,
No court appearances or anything like that?
Well, my tags on my.
here's the thing. These are questions like that would be coming in handy if Kathrine Reed were using the Reed technique. If she had been building rapport with John to see what he is like under as little pressure as possible, instead of filling out forms with her eyes locked on the table like a sea bag, she'd know that when she gets to these harder questions, whether or not his behavior is changed, which would indicate possible deception. But we got 14 minutes of pen scratching followed by, now you're telling me that you like little girls.
It's
And
your
it's like,
fantasy.
what the fuck? Like, you can't come at him with these hard questions and be like, seriously? When there was, like, it's not, the rapport building is not just to loosen up the suspect. It's for the detective to get a read on this fucking idiot.
Reed needs to read, and yes, you heard sea hag.
She's a sea hag.
Catherine.
Car was out back
Kathrine Sea Hag.
several years ago. That's the only one I had to go for. You know what I mean?
These are like two people in like a focus group who don't want to be there, but are there for the $20 because they were walking through a mall and someone got them with a clipboard.
Yep.
Registration
Yes, I
expired.
can't think of the name of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
my light was out, and they pulled me over for that. And he said, "You got expired tag."
This is a good
Hey,
story.
what's this? Your driver's license from Metropolis, Illinois. I said, "That's where I
Hey,
used to live.
what's this? Oh, get down. There's like a nightstick on my butt.
I haven't changed over yet."
I'm from Metropolis, home of Superman.
Appeared for that, and the judge told me, he said that if I go get these things taken care of, they'll dismiss it, you know. Which they said that's the usual case on the first time thing, so.
It's
why I
not
did.
often that it's the detective who's the one who goes off and lets tangents flow. Like usually it's the detective who is dead, like laser focused on getting the answers to questions and not fucking around. It's the suspect's job to stall and fuck about and do all that. But like when both of them are doing it, it's just like so irritating to watch. It's like two people uninterested in doing a job. Like it's the exact opposite feeling of like if you watch people who restore stuff or build models or whatever, they show you a long form process of doing whatever because they're good at it and they love doing it. This is someone who's showing you a slapdash job of something they hate doing that they're doing shittily. And it's not fun.
Sea hag is Popeye's
Are
oldest
you ever around any
Enemy?
and first enemy.
women or
I'm unfamiliar with the sea hag. I know Bluto and I know Brutus.
any family members?
Put your phone away, Catherine. God damn it,
I don't go to
Catherine.
Family like a gathering, but I mean, I'm not like constantly with them.
They're texting
You know,
her from
like,
the outside
round
being
along.
like, get to the fucking point, Catherine.
Yeah, John Dudinsky's like, I would have fucking gotten this guy through the meat grinder by now. God damn.
He's been processed already.
Like at this point, like because John Dudinsky and I think McFetridge went a little longer, but like the McFetridge interview, we got so much more information. We knew about his mom, her three husbands, where they live, the color of their trailer, the gravel drive, what's on his computer, his wrestling buddy.
Yeah.
I know that John was found with CP, works at a door and window company, and is very bored.
And his brother died.
And his brother's dead. Well, dig into that. So you're telling me technology.
Well, yeah, family was never an issue with me.
What does that
You
mean?
know what I mean? I don't look at family like that.
What?
I don't have sex with family.
That's good.
That's good.
That's fun.
Anyway.
What a fun piece of unwarranted information. Like that, I always bring up the fact that there are no blood relatives that I have that I'd like to have sex with. And, you know, that's typically the response.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, it's great.
So,
So you never kissed a cousin or wanted to like slip a digit in. Good for you. Here in the South, that's fucking tough.
what else was going to happen tonight? Did you bring anything with you?
Brought a bracelet.
No.
For
I'm not gonna bring any pizza.
Oh, an
Gonna be
intercourse.
there?
Intercourse.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do it. I was going to do the intercourse.
Okay.
I wasn't
That's
gonna do
what
the
my
intercourse.
intention.
Just wanted to.
I just wanted to drive to a stranger's house and give them oral.
Now, when you get online and chat, how did you prefer to do it?
Oral. What?
Like how, I mean,
What the fuck do you mean,
whenever I was
Catherine?
reading through your chat, you like to be nude, I take it.
What a fucking open-ended question. When you get on the computer to chat, how do you like to do it? See, and I was like, okay, well, is she asking, is it AOL? Is it Yahoo? Is he on a laptop? Is he on a desktop? No, she's like, no, when you physically log into the computer, how are you dressed? Are you nude when logging on? What? I would never in a million, like if someone asked, well, when you log into your computer to chat, how do you do it? I wouldn't go, with clothes. It's like that Robert, what's his nuts? Like he fucking abducted 12-year-old Naomi Jones, killed her and all this other stuff. And during the interrogation, one of the texts was like, well, like what kind of women are you interested in? He's like, grown women, which is a weird thing to say. When anybody asks me what my type is, I never go adults because that's a red flag.
Was your wife home? Or
no, it should be like downstairs.
Because it's implied, people. I don't have to say adults because I only date adults, even when I was a kid. I made
What kind of
people into
computer?
predators.
When I built.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's cutting a hobby of mine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just building systems,
Yeah.
Like
Just like
computers?
DMAC.
figuring them out, when you order a motherboard, learning the new stuff on them and
Yeah.
putting in new stuff.
So what'd you build?
Porn computer.
It's a K6200 AMD.
Mm-hmm.
K6. K2000.
That fast, like, that's the kind of answer I give to people when I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, don't want the conversation to continue, but want to let them know that I'm listening to them.
House. That's what they call it.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's processor to a certain
You've done that
result
to me
now.
when
So,
I've
I mean,
talked
it's
about work.
Not even listed.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to do it.
anymore.
So, what else do you do with
14-year-old David dating a 34-year-old.
Hey, not far from the truth. I mean, it's a little far from the truth. I was legal. I was 19 and she was not 34. She was 32, but still.
Get
Damn.
online and look for
Yeah, I was robbing the grave if people died in their 30s.
Star Trek stuff and space stuff.
Back in the
UFO stuff.
20s, it'd
Yeah.
be robbing the grave.
Now,
Like
you
if
said
she
that
got a
you were
wicked
getting
typhoid
child
infection.
off the chat rooms. Can you tell me some of the people that you were getting it from?
I can't remember because it's been so long.
Porno
Some of
Charlie.
those have been like from a year or so ago.
So you just stored them.
If you lessen my
Yeah,
charges, I'll
save
tell you all the
names and
people I got it from.
I got it from CP
Where'd you
Patrick.
save 'em?
On my computer.
Yeah, but I mean, did you just keep them in an email, or did you make a special folder for them?
Oh yeah, I made my own folder for it.
Craft a little folder.
Oh, yeah, I made a little folder. I figured out how to make it invisible so nobody could find it but me.
Access to the computer?
Like 2007 is pushing the limits of like what's a folder and what's an email and all this shit. But it's still being played out today. Like there are detectives be like, I don't know technology, man. Like what's a computer? As they're like scrolling through their fucking iPhone 37. Be like, yeah, I don't know about Yahoo, bro. Like what's Whisper? And they're like, the fuck? Emule X.
was
Yeah,
upstairs.
Emule X. You know what it's about.
Oh, I was
Brian.
like, is Ryan having a stroke? What is going
Emule
on?
X. What'd you call it? Emule X? Yeah, you could share pornography.
Addicted or something? I mean, I'd hate to think your wife would get on there
Yeah, it is.
You got to find it yourself.
and finding that child pornography. I'd have a seizure if I found child pornography on my computer.
A
at
seizure.
Mm.
I've got child
home, 'cause I
pornography
would
related
know that I didn't
epilepsy.
put it there.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd be more likely having a stroke.
Yeah.
Okay, so she has no idea.
That's
Cool.
kind of the scary part about true crime is like BTK's wife and kids, like 30, 40 years can fly by with you being related to and or married to a killer, predator, whatever. And like, that's the thing. It's like horrifying that just one day you might get a call out of the blue from a number you don't recognize, and you go, hello, and only to hear like, hello, this is Sergeant such and such from the Petaluma County Sheriff's Office. Here's Maurice. And then you get asked to bring a $30,000 check.
Yeah, I'll never understand how, like, not necessarily this stuff, because I mean, I guess this kind of thing can like go under the radar if you're like on your computer or whatever, but like BTK stuff, and the wife has zero idea he's murdering all these people and doing all that stuff. Like, how do you not have any kind of like weird feeling?
Here's the thing, like when I was... That's the you cut people slack if you know them, are fucking them, or are blood related to them.
Sure.
But like when I was back doing like working at those banks all across the state, like if I just out of the blue one day came to you and I was like, oh, I'm an electrician again and I'm going out on the road, you'd be like, whoa, really? And I'd be like, yeah. And you'd probably feel a little weird about it, but I would buy tools and do shit to prove that I was doing it. And then I would go on a murdering spree if I were a 10-buddy type. Yeah. And what would you do? You'd be like, hey, you bought lineman's pliers for murder. No.
You went to Walmart.
Because that's the thing. I would go out. Like, it wouldn't be a hard, like, you're not going to, I don't give a fuck about what you do for a living. So, like, I wouldn't go like, hey, I'm going to go be an electrician again. I'll see you in a week. And you go, oh, what? Like, how many amps can a 12-gauge wire carry? Or, like, at what point would we need to up it to 16 or 18? Or what is a three-phase motor versus whatever? You wouldn't give a fuck. You'd be like, how's it work? I'd be like, oh, boy, the amps and the fuses. Well, no one uses fuses. The circuits.
Yeah, I have no idea.
The circuit breakers. And you go, woo. I could be out murdering or treasure hunting or ghost hunting or fucking prostitutes or flying to Thailand. You wouldn't know.
The only thing I would question is why you would do it, because you hated it so much.
Right, but that's it. I would just be like, yeah, change your heart. And you'd be like, oh, great.
Yeah, I want to be more physical.
So I can see why, like, John Elliott get away hiding CP, because it's not like that would take any extra effort. Like in 2007, you go, I'm going to spend 6 hours on the computer. John Elliott's poor frumpy wife would be like, okay.
Don't worry, you're not alone in that.
And new shoes. Oh, yeah, bring new shoes, because those ones fall off.
So,
I'm sure you got new ones in prison.
You said she's got a
new Crocs.
Do you have a digital camera?
Take a picture of your genitalia?
Yeah.
Okay. You ever made any child pornography yourself?
No.
Okay.
So what you've gotten sent out, received, you've gotten through chats,
Yes.
somebody else has
Yes, ma'am.
given it to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
Look at your computer. First of all, because of the child pornography.
Well, I mean, the fact that you already said that you have it.
Because of why you're here tonight.
Like, I don't... whatever. Maybe everybody is just on the same team in the law enforcement family. But, like, there are a couple of things that just, like, make me go, like, do you even give a fuck? Because Katherine's going to get paid no matter what. She probably doesn't give a fuck beyond the point where she leaves the room. So when all these interrogators go like, hey, would you just do me this solid and sign this waiver so we can search your car, your house, your truck, take your DNA, do whatever. You know, hey, could you just... But like at all these points, or usually at all these points, we're so far into it. It's like the warrant is already in the works.
Right. So it's
just,
like the DA's job.
Right. Like, maybe that's why no one ever gets mad about it, because they go, hey, do you want to talk to us? No, I want a lawyer. Okay, cool. Smell you later.
Yeah.
can you sign this so we can take your DNA? No, fuck you. Okay, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
It feels like akin to like offering someone a Target credit card as they walk out. Like you don't give a fuck whether they do or not. It appeals to someone down the line, down this process. But you're like, my boss has told me to ask, would you like to save 10% today, John Elliott, by telling me that I can search your balls or your Jeep?
It's so funny because that literally just happened. Like, I have never had somebody so like nonchalantly ask if we wanted a Ross credit card, but this kid was like, they want me to ask if you want to sign up for this. You just save 10%. And so like,
That's
I
what I
wouldn't
used to
do
do
it.
at Old Navy. And all the places that told me to ask about the credit card. I say, hey, and they go, no. And I go, thank God.
Thank
What
God.
is happening, Landon?
Hey, Landon, you missed 34 minutes of not much.
And you are kind of right, Ryan. I think that Kathrine Reed kind of is a kissing cousin to Heel Hauser.
Oh, a Hauser.
Yeah, Heel Hauser. I'm Kathrine Reed, and you're going to visit me with Kentucky's gold.
Oh, is he the little guy?
What little guy? Before I say no, what little guy? He's not little. He's like 6. He's dead.
Oh, well,
He was
then
like
no, it's not the guy
6'7",
that I'm thinking of.
running around California in waffle stoppers, giving California's gold. Here, wow, you make tortillas here? Amazing. California's gold. No, he's not a little guy. It's not Gary Busey.
I was thinking of Gary Busey this time.
You guys, you don't know what I deal with.
I'm a pot. I don't have feelings.
I don't know what the situation's going to be for you, but you'll be lodged in jail tonight.
You'll be lodged in jail. We'll get your lodging taken care of. In jail?
Make a phone call. But I'd like to get your consent
To
go
kiss.
home and get your computer and any other
Digital
computer-related
devices.
equipment that you may have.
Do you have any electronic equipment?
Would you have a problem?
Real quick, guys.
I met a girl named Krista. She saw me one day. She said, hey there, you look like Gary Busey. Okay, I didn't know what to say. This was not what I expected. But Krista saw a resemblance.
God damn it.
And she was not affected. Krista walked down the street and she couldn't believe her eyes. Every person she encountered.
Every time you make a bad reference, this is what's going to play.
Stop talking.
A stranger and said you just like him too, but they didn't understand. They thought she lost her screw. Krista sees Gary Busey everywhere she goes. She's got another spot in Busey lookalikes. Who knows? But that's just Krista's world, her own little crazy face, living in a Gary Busey filled haze.
He's gonna hear this song one day, Gary Busey.
Doubtful. Very doubtful. All right, guys. So you know how it goes. Krista sees Gary Busey everywhere. Back to John Elliott.
I knew that's what was under his mask.
Oh,
So,
who's that?
but did you,
Oh, you do that too, Landon? Are you into lolcows? Come on, man. Let's talk about
do you
it.
have
Oh,
any special
God.
items
Let's talk about
that we can
lolcows. You guys, hold on.
Let's talk about locos.
plaster
Did
what-
what's his nuts actually get evicted?
some other storage?
King Cobra JFS.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the process of being evicted. We'll see how that goes. I'm still following the saga. He has not moved out yet.
CDs, DVDs.
No, I just talking about one computer.
Okay. Get another sheet out here.
Well, now it's gonna bother me. Who's the little old guy that has a crazy voice?
That does
I
not
don't
narrow a thing down.
Ryan, you need to help me here.
Here,
I'm in the
while
hot
Chris
seat.
tries to figure this out, check this out.
Cyrax in the attic, ain't no stopping his flow. Always battling Marty, he is the music biz flow. Hot pockets on the menu, that's the way it goes. Cyrax, the Drift King, nobody knows. Gonna spit the fire, drop the beats like a pro. He's the one and only, watch him steal the show. Living in the attic where he lets his talent grow. Cyrax, the Drift King, put your hands up, here we go. Every day's a battle, Cyrax ain't backing down. Marty's in his face, always wearing that frown. But Cyrax got the rhythm, making all heads spin round.
I'm not gonna make you listen to the whole thing.
Thank you.
Drift King.
I don't know what the guy who's been in. I just
Right. So he's just a small man with a weird voice.
it's not
And
Gilbert Godfrey. I know who he is.
small man with a weird voice.
He's like an old guy.
Billy
and
Barty. Like you're gonna know that reference. Is Gwildor and Masters of the Universe?
Okay. The address
Those
is
barbecue sauce. Gotta block out that address. Sure you have address.
redacted. He used to wear like a big cowboy hat, I feel like, in my mind. It's probably not right.
So a short person with a weird voice who may or may not have worn a cowboy hat. Is this Doug Dimmadome? Garth Brooks?
No,
Gary Busey?
maybe.
Chris Gaines?
Oh,
Now, is
I
that
just
a
have to look up
house?
Doug Dimmadome. God damn it. No, it's not that. It's not a cartoon.
No, you would not. Oh my God.
what county is that in?
That's Marshall.
Marshall County.
You know what I love about the rodeo, guys? This, maybe. Hold on.
Bulls bucking, dust flying, rodeo arena. Man on the back.
While Krista looks up this short man with a weird
I'm never going to find it because I don't know what he's in.
His world gets shattered, lost his balls and his pride. It don't really matter now. He was tough as nails, a cowboy through and through. But that bull had something to prove, and it sent him for a loop. Now he's sitting on the sidelines with broken spirit, lost his manhood in the dust. Can't believe he let it slip away. Rodeo blues ain't nothing more painful than losing it all. Rodeo blues, a man without his balls, he's standing tall, but inside he's dying. The pain ain't going away. Rodeo blues.
Anyway,
So I Google short old man with a weird voice.
Mickey Rooney?
No, I get Steven Seagal, Steve Buscemi, Kelsey Grammer, and Gary Busey,
Really?
and Wallace Shawn, Patton Oswalt. None of these people are who I am thinking of at all. God damn it,
It's a good story.
See him
You can see him.
in my head.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
He's like, he's got a high voice and he's old. God damn it. What is she writing down now?
It doesn't matter. All she does is write on paper and sit in silence. This is fucking rude, Catherine.
Do you have any special hardware or software that you use
What?
would be out of the ordinary?
Got one of those weird South Korean sex dongles you can plug
What
in
do you
via
operate,
USB.
Windows?
Yeah, XP.
Windows XP.
Whoa. Windows XP. You guys ever use Vista?
All these people keep coming up. Leslie Jordan? No, that one.
Leslie Jordan, R.I.P. Very funny man, but I probably know who you're thinking of. I'm
And
Leslie Jordan.
Yes, him. That's who I was thinking.
Seriously?
Yes.
I'm Leslie Jordan.
That's who I was thinking of. That voice. I don't remember even why I was thinking about him.
Okay, so who were you trying to tie that to?
I don't
Who
remember.
was the super tall person that we were talking about? God damn it.
computer.
Yeah.
Not Tom Likas. Fuck! This ridiculous
It's like
charade.
6'7".
Definitely not Gary Busey.
Yeah, so you didn't have to
Oh,
put that
Hugh
song.
Hauser. You thought Hugh Hauser was fucking Leslie Jordan?
Just because of the name.
Yeah. Hugh, Leslie.
Just like the name in
Hugh
general sounds like he'd
Hauser.
be
Yeah,
like
totally.
having that voice.
Leslie Jordan sounds exactly
Not
like
the name.
Hugh Hauser.
Just the Hugh Hauser sounds like a name of a guy that would have the voice like Leslie Jordan. To me, in my head, in the state that I am in right now.
Kathrine Reed is talking. Or sorry, writing.
He uses XP.
I better believe he uses
You
XP.
said you had computer, webcam, digital camera. You have CDs and DVDs.
I don't have a DVD. version.
Do you have a
floppy
DVD?
disk?
So
RW?
You have DVDs or you don't.
Oh yeah, I got DVDs, but I don't have DVD pornography or anything. Like
You
that.
got 3 1/4 floppy, 5 and a
Yeah,
half
it's got
floppy.
movies.
Got a
I'll just
turbo
talk about
button on that
computer.
motherfucker.
Right. So they're not ones that you've made
Right.
from the computer.
Exactly.
Dustin, he's the one burning that shit to DVD.
Yeah.
Pornography or child pornography on a disc or something.
No.
I'll check the box for
About
no.
diskettes.
No,
You
I
use
don't use.
them,
No, I don't even have that on my computer.
So how do you store data other than
Using DVD in 2024 is a
Only,
little sus.
CDR.
Right. But what did that's the thing. I don't know.
They still sell them at those
I
sexy
am
stores?
sexy stores. Oh,
DVDs? Like
no.
pornos?
using DVD. Okay, are we talking about
Like DVD writables? Rewritables?
right? 'cause
readables,
Here's
whatever.
the thing. I am a fan of physical media and always will be because it can't be pulled from you from a
After you buy
subscription
it.
or whatever. Search history DVDs. What?
No search histories and DVDs.
Oh, right. But yes, also that. But with physical media, you are the, it's down to you. If you own it, you got to keep it up. But you always have it. Like if I ever want to watch The Last Dinosaur, I know I can.
Don't you worry, we have it.
Because I've got it on DVD. If I want to watch any of the Ninja Turtle animated series or any of the movies, I own them.
Or any Steven Seagal movie.
Any Steven Seagal movie, I don't go, oh man, Netflix doesn't have Under Siege 2 or whatever. I've got them.
Yeah.
So I get that's the thing. Everything out there that is made that has a 100% legitimate use is also being used for perverted reasons too. It's just we can't say that there's no way to say we'll only allow things that can't be used pervertedly because those things don't exist.
Right. And Ryan, twice.
So you can't
What?
burn CDs.
Can burn CDs.
I've only been to a sexy store twice.
Oh.
Once was when we were in Reno with
Yeah.
Andy. And, it was weird.
Yeah, going to a sex shop with friends is always a bizarre experience.
Very awkward.
Because, watch your friends. If you ever do this, not that you would, but if ever you go let's go to a weird sex shop together, it'll be a laugh. You go, ho, 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 okay, whatever. Whoever's idea is, say yes, because you can watch everybody's reaction because
They know what they're into.
The ones, because the people who pick up stuff and go, oh, isn't this hilarious? There's a 50-50 coin flip that it's if it's super disgusting or weird, you go, okay, it's probably a joke. But if they go, they're coming back
When
as
you
soon
leave.
when you're not in their presence, they're picking up that copy of Avengers XXX or getting a Rambone or whatever, right? Those places are expensive too. Holy fuck!
That's true.
Fucking is free, but if you want to do it with accessories, get ready to spin through the nose. Just go to look.
I'm trying to be cooperative as best I can. Just bear with me. I'm trying to remember all this stuff.
Which is what?
Well, I'm listening.
I'm listening. I'm just writing all this stuff down, not looking at you, which is what I made you do.
The ears are open. The questions are vacant.
My hair is there.
It's not there, Stephen.
I mean, it kind of is. It's in my face.
That's the thing, man. Like, so many people out there, like Kathrine right now obviously looks like my grandfather, and I have no sexual desire for her. But when she is like with her long hair and her like rimless glasses in the earlier interrogation, she looks like someone I would like modern day at 40 years old, if she's whatever, however old she is now, between 40 and 42. If I saw her on like OkCupid, I would go, yes, let's try this. But not in this, not with the Velcro bowling shoes, the like Old Navy khaki pants, and this fucking free with a gallon of gas windbreaker.
Okay. Now here's what this one says. I hereby consent to a complete search of the
Hereby.
premises,
I love
property, or
hereby.
vehicle located at
Beep.
Don't want to give away that sweet, sweet police station address.
Oh yeah, you totally butchered her name. It's not even Kathrine. It's Kathrine with a Y.
I don't care.
Well, I'm looking up what she looks like now.
i.e. computer, webcam, digital camera, CDs, etc. I grant this consent to Kathrine Reed, known to me to be an agent of the Office of the Attorney General, and to such other officers deemed necessary to assist. I know that I have a right to refuse to consent, and I voluntarily give up that right.
Do you
I
waive
know
those
that the
rights?
agent does not have a search warrant. I have not been threatened or coerced in any way, nor have I been promised any favor or benefit. I've read this consent form where it has been read.
It's great how, like, you can't be promised anything by your interrogator, but like anybody beyond them can be like, hey, give us this and we'll give you that. It's just the first row of people who you deal with. But the cops, the investigators can't say, I will give you this for that.
Right.
It's basically their bosses who go, yeah, that's cool.
Read to me, and I understand it. The date's 10/21/07. The time is 2:32 a.m. And if you agree to
That
that,
is not Kathrine
you
Reed.
go ahead and sign in the same place. And then
It's in Frankfort, Kentucky. Kathrine Reed getting
Which
a
one?
getting a not the black lady, the other lady.
Okay, so the people listening are confused. Krista showed me a photo of an elderly lady and a taller lady, and I go, which one? And obviously not the black one, because I'm not colorblind.
There's only one other
Nor
woman.
am I racist.
There's only two women, and
Yeah, neither of them were black, I thought. Show me that picture again. You think any of those four people are black? Seriously. Honestly, you think any of those have African American heritage?
I think
Do not give me that. Give me your iPod. Give me that tablet. Give it to me.
Give me my
Give it to me
iPod.
now. I want you guys to see this. Hand it to me. Hand it to me. Make this big.
just you gotta zoom it in because it's a LinkedIn profile.
Do any of these people look African American? Which of these do you think Chris said the black lady? I would say we have. That is definitely not Kathrine Reed. 100% no.
I don't know.
I would say at best this lady is maybe Jewish. Her Krista, stop. Don't even try anymore, okay? Just say everybody's Gary Busey. I'll play the song and we'll get past it. That woman is nowhere near African American. She's not from Haiti. She's not from Jamaica. She might be from Queens. Unbelievable, you guys. I'm sorry about this. My wife is insensitive about races.
and print your name and your address right underneath it.
She really is on. Yeah, exactly. Landon knows. Middle Eastern heritage. Maybe, but that's the thing. She's definitely. I would say, like, if I were to look at that person, I would say, like, wild stereotypes. Like, be as crazy as far as you want. I would say she's Ashkenazi tribe. I would say she is from Israel. She has curly hair and a larger nose. If we're going to get like offensive stereotypes, since she's whiter than me, I wouldn't say the continent of Africa was where her people hailed from. But we're moving on. More silence as paperwork is filled out. So just really relish this. Oh my god, this is awkward as filling out like a loan
Do you take
application.
any medication or anything?
Nerve pills.
What kind of nerve pills?
Efrexor XR.
Efrex or
Yeah,
XR?
that's it. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, and I have vitamins, you know, like my C's and stuff like that. I have
My
a
C's.
regimen of, you
I
know,
got
things like
scurvy back in the day, so I gotta keep up my vitamin C.
whatever she puts in the pill box.
Whatever. You guys remember Lee Greer? Listen to this.
On his way to Florida, Lee Greer did roam, defying all odds. He never stayed at home with a mission in his heart and a double cheeseburger in mind. He traveled through the hollers, oh how time did he find? No pickle on that burger, just the way he preferred. Lee Greer couldn't settle, not with taste left undisturbed. The fries may have turned cold, but his spirit burning hot. With spirit burning hot, cruising through the highways, he gave it all he got. Lee Greer, oh Lee Greer, a man with a dream, riding through the bluegrass. Oh how the banjo scream, with his shorts so clean and his heart full of pride. He defied all the odds on this wild countryside. On this wild countryside.
I don't know what I'd do with it if I had it.
Nah, no.
Don't
Me, I
know
just
that
want to pay
it'd
my
change
bills.
anything.
So let's talk about the lottery for a minute. There are two types of people that talk about the lottery. They're the type of people who say as soon as they get their money, they're going to like cash it all in and go crazy and probably burn through it and end up like Abraham Shakespeare and end up like a murder victim.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are the people who are just like, I just want to pay my bills and get ahead. Both of those people end up in the gutter because the lottery destroys lives. It doesn't help anybody.
Got a lot of bills.
Got a cell phone bill. $6
Is
a
it
month to
Wesley?
T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Spell that for me.
WESLEY.
You gotta spell your middle name.
Okay.
Anybody out there a fan of
So what do
Wesley
you
Willis?
go by?
On Yahoo.
No, I mean, do you go
IRL.
by John or do you go by Wesley or
Oh, John. Yeah.
just John?
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, it's the same person.
No
Thank you.
way.
Yep. Thank you very much. I will take my paycheck or my check in the form of dollar bills. This is the same person as her. Same mouth, same literally everything. So-
Strong disagree, but here's the thing. It doesn't matter. You
It
thought
does
that,
matter.
I mean, that wasn't the part of that we all had the contention over. I mean,
I can't figure out who this person is, so I can't prove that I'm
believe it.
right.
I don't believe that short little old lady is Kathrine Reed. The other one totally looks like her. People can't see it. You're showing me pictures they can't see.
Oh, don't worry. I will make a side by side and put it in the Discord if I remember tomorrow.
So few people are going to see that. It's
Look,
irrelevant.
it's fine. Landon, you should join our Discord.
Here.
There's a train. Hauling cotton across this great nation.
Did y'all already?
Catherine Gate 2024.
Catherine get?
Pardon?
Did y'all recall the house? That you know of? I mean, you don't know.
No, I'm not going to call your house.
Okay.
I don't have any reason to call your house.
Why would I call your house?
Do I?
I don't give a fuck.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, why would I call your house?
I mean, come on.
That comes up a lot in TCAP. They say, "Are you gonna call my partner, my mom, my whatever?"
Explain that.
And like, why would they?
I wasn't being smart.
Get Landon a link.
I didn't think you were
Give me a hot second, Landon. I'm in the middle of something very important.
She couldn't take it
It's related to Gary Busey and Kathrine Reed.
Yeah,
that on you, no.
Are they married? We'll find
maybe.
out.
They both got weird mouths.
They both look identical, according to Krista.
Prepared for that.
They're both short with weird voices and look exactly like not Tracy Jordan.
Tracy Jordan. Leslie Jordan.
Leslie Jordan. I'm Leslie Jordan.
Now, did you have a driver's license with you?
Yes, ma'am.
It's a Kentucky driver's license?
Yes, ma'am. It's in mine.
I'll get that in a minute.
So
You
I
wanna
guess
give me
we
your
won't need
social?
the FBI on this one.
Give me your social. It's a long social.
Here's the I get that TCAP interrogations are by their very nature going to be less impactful because of their very nature, like simply because there is so much legwork and it's just like, hey, we know who you are, we got the chat. Will you give us your computer or will you make us wait the 3 days to get the warrant?
Right.
It just feels like the fish that jumped into your boat and you're standing there with the oar waiting to give it a whack if it goes wild, but it's just like looking at you, like shaking its head slowly, going like, no, dude, there's nothing else I can do.
Nah, dude.
Did he die tragically? I know he died tragically. I knew he died recently. I just figured he was old.
Said pillow windows. I thought you made car parts in your chat.
In your
supposed to
chat.
Talk about where I work. It was in the consent form when.
I wasn't supposed to tell 12-year-olds I wanted to bang
So
where I
what's your
worked.
occupation?
Yee.
Solar prayer. Not anymore.
I don't know. I've been back and forth. Throughout my life, I've moved through jobs that specialized in physical aptitude versus mental. Now I'm in one of those jobs where it's more of a mental game. Whereas, like, I don't know, I'm kind of getting bored of it. Like when I was, because I back and forth doing things where you mostly use your brain to get money or you're using your physical abilities to get money. I'm at the point again where I go like, I want to get back into being a physical laborer of some kind or whatever.
Yeah.
Because like it would, but here's the thing, I'm so
Here comes the
old.
murderer talk.
I'm not going to be a murderer. I'm not going to get hired as a murderer. But like, I'm so old now. Like, I don't have like 20s and 30s. You can go like, I want to go from this to this. And people look at you and go, cool. Yeah. You're so young or young enough that it's plausible that you can start from an entry level position and work your way up. Because everywhere I go, I work my way up and it's not hard to excel because people just want you to do your job. And if
True.
you do that, most people are blown away because most people don't. I'm not going to throw shade, so we're going to stop the conversation there. Moral of the story is, I'm at that point in my life where I go, I would like a career change where I go, I'm back into physicality, hauling pipe, pulling wire, et cetera, or whatever the case may be. But I'm at that point in my life where I'm too old, where people are going to look at me and go, yeah, this person is a viable entry-level whatever. And then I know I can work my way up in a matter of no time at all because I always do. But I'm too old. I can't go into a new field and go like, don't worry about me. I'm a quick study and you'll be paying me more in no time. Trust me, wink, wink, because it always happens. I'm too old to do that now. I just have to stick with the thing that I don't like anymore. Because who's going to be like, because when I was 22, I'd go, hey, I want to be an electrician in this company. And they go, hey, whoa, you've got the knowledge, you've got the energy. And they go, great, you're hired. We'll pay you whatever. But now that I'm 40, they're going to go, what? You're so old.
What?
And you look stupid. So stop.
That's the reason why they don't want to name
Do day labor.
Some,
Dude, okay, not for nothing, but here's the thing. One day, I don't know if we were we were on a big job site, right? I was on the electrical crew. Obviously, there was the plumbers and yada, yada, yada. But instead of hiring a dedicated like labor crew or whatever cleaning crew to keep the job site spick and span, everybody every week would offer up an employee to be on the cleaning crew.
Oh.
So every week it would be another electrician, another tin knocker, another plumber, another drywaller, another whatever. So however many trades are out there, everybody would sacrifice an employee for a week to sweep up that green sawdust they spread everywhere or whatever the labor they needed to do. And so I got chosen one day. Like, we were out there building a school or whatever, and everybody went through their thing. And I go, oh, my God. And it sucked. I will never do day labor. I can't. Here's the thing. When I was an electrician, it was easy because I go, okay, we need wire in this room. Here's the plan. Wire the room. I go, great. When you're a day laborer, they go, sweep out this room. When you're done, come back to me and ask me what to do next. I fucking hate that shit. I want to know, personally, I would like to know what I am doing. I'm building a gym for a church. Not exactly. I wasn't in the gym for the school for a long time with a dude named Festus. We can talk about that later. But like, I don't know. The half-life of a laborer job is so short, it's annoying because I go, hey, I didn't fuck around and I'm done. Now what? And the boss always goes, well, God damn it. Because they're used to people fucking around.
Yeah.
I want something where I can spend a bunch of time doing it and I have to go, now what? Because nobody likes that.
Mm-hmm. The point is to remind yourself laboring's a young buck's game.
Oh, don't. Yeah, believe you me, I know.
What city
Fuck
is it in?
shit.
Murray.
I'm 34, but even I feel my labor position. Definitely wouldn't mind moving into more managerial stuff.
Full-time.
Yeah.
Well, see, I haven't been in labor. Like, I haven't been an electrician legitimately probably for over 10 years now.
Yep.
I've been sitting at a desk, watching my body winnow away. And I don't know what's better because when I was an electrician, my physicality was better, definitely, because I was lifting pipe. I was, carrying 100 feet of pipe up dozens of stairs. I was bending, pulling. It was physical. And so I was like
Bender.
And I had that stamina and everything. However, since I'm in Arizona, and I'm sure this is a way across the board, whether it's hot or cold, my body was getting destroyed by just exposure to the elements. Because when you're a laborer or a construction worker anywhere in the trades, you're there before the building is built. Typically, you're building it.
Yeah, build me a building.
So it's fucking difficult. But then you go, well, I want to graduate to getting a window and sitting at a desk and doing all that shit. And you go, oh my God. And you realize how annoying office people are. And I'm longing for the crack addicts and the speedballers and the drunks. Holy fuck. Just please don't tell me TGIF or hump day or all that shit. Just go home, drink a 12-pack of Keystone, and come back and we'll do it all again.
Full-time resident, Kentucky.
Yes.
You're married for now.
Don't tell me. Is she gonna ask if they have any kids? Because I read about
I don't
that
know.
answer.
What's your home number?
I mean, who knows? She doesn't ask very much. I mean, at this point, we still know nothing about him, and we are way over 3/4. We're like 7/8 through this interrogation. I'm gonna blank all this out because someone's cell phone number,
Home address.
all that. Here's the thing: nothing is sacred, nothing is safe. Like Facebook is full of nothing but
Emergency phone.
still frames from movies and random jackasses taking the exact same picture on their cell phone, being like, "I found it." So there's no such thing as security.
No.
It's on my phone in there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the emergency phone's for the
P.S. Landon, I want to know what you do. You're a tin knocker, you're a plumber, you're a Sparky. Let me know. What's up?
jail. Something they need to call somebody or something. They'd have that number. But I mean, you don't have to put one on there if you don't want to.
It's
What's your
just
height?
paperwork.
Housekeeping.
Wait.
I'm guessing.
205.
95.
You think he's 205? I don't think he's 195.
He said he was 205, or he was booked at 205. He told the decoy that he was 280.
I believe 280. I don't believe 205.
He was actually booked at 205.
Blonde, whatever.
Labor's Union also run a small asphalt maintenance
Used to be
business.
blonde, but I guess it's brown.
Okay, see, are you a general laborer? And you run an asphalt business. Okay, so we got a place out here, Ace Asphalt. I go, well, because some of these, not that we need to digress into like the trades talk. Let me make this a little bigger.
But let's talk about trades talk.
But sometimes, like as an electrician, I go, yeah, because the electricians, the plumbers, there were a lot of trades that were out there for a long time. There are some that were out there for a very short time. Like if you were Otis Meyer or whatever, you're building an elevator, you do the asphalt in the parking lot or whatever. That's something I liked about being an electrician is like it was the longevity of it, because as soon as the slab and the walls were up, you could get in there to run pipe and pull wire.
Not
What do you
electricians.
want me to put on?
Okay, brown.
Elevator technicians make a shit ton of money.
Right, because like the thing with like elevators, even though they're built to have a bunch of safety features, you don't want to test them, so you get paid a lot because it's a highly specialized craft. Like to pull wire through a pipe, I mean, a lot of the dudes I used to work with were legitimate alcoholics and speed freaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, always getting these Sparkies. The one thing that I on my first like legitimate professional like electrical job, on the first day I got out there, it was such a shock. I showed up at the wrong spot because it was nothing but like construction for miles. So I get there and it was in the morning meeting, and the dude is like, I did the test or whatever, and I'm like, at the time I was for like 19, everybody was like 40 plus, and he goes, electrician's a good place to be. You want to be an electrician, you want to be a plumber, because people always have to take a shit. Nobody wants to do it in the dark.
But
Eye color blue? Green.
Damn it, Catherine. You're wrong.
I'm really trying to be different.
This is going to take another 12 minutes. Like, this is like the rest of the interrogation.
Right. It's just like,
Buddy, you'll be alright.
this feels like if you were to cut out all the charisma that I brought to my job
yourself.
as a
Ryan likes to shit in the dark.
if you want to shit in the dark, you knock yourself out. Yeah. But you're still gonna need a water to take those turns away. Yeah, this is like every interaction I had as a car salesman sans charisma. Like if I didn't have to use any of my social graces to sell a car, like people just showed up and I go, okay, you want to buy a car? Yes. Here's some paperwork. You sign here. I sign here. I'll be back. You sign this. I'll do this and that. As
With a
long as-
copy of your
yeah,
license.
like as long as humans don't have to like impress each other with being humans, this is exactly what I would have been.
Everything.
I know you are. I think you've done real well.
Quietness makes this strange, awkward energy coming from the interview room.
Seriously.
You know, sometimes you got a job to do and you just gotta do it.
Just like this, I'm writing all this stuff down on this paper. Gotta do it.
Some aphorisms and colloquialisms are so fucking annoying to me because, like, why even bother filling the silence if it's going to be something so fucking pointless, right? Like, if I had, again, as an electrician, I had a boss who, incompetent, was just whatever. He got elevated beyond his position due to circumstances that I don't give a fuck to get into right now. But moral of the story is, he was one of those dudes who would say blah, 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 and finish it off with, it is what it is.
Like, it's not my choice.
Yeah, whatever the situation was, whether it was his doing or somebody else's, it is what it is. Now, the saying that it is what it is a fucking pointless thing to say. It's verbal diarrhea. To say black is black, white is white, round is round, square is square. We all know what things are. This is an empty wine glass. I'm not going to tell you an empty wine glass is an empty wine glass, and here's the proof. Because it speaks for itself. I would rather, as painful as it is, and even in this John Elliott situation, I would rather live in silence than to have people talk to me because they're uncomfortable in it. Now, obviously, in this situation when you're looking for entertainment, it's boring. But in a situation in real life when you're talking to someone or out in the real world, I would rather you shut the fuck up than to be like, it is what it is, and that's what they all say. And blah, blah,
That's how
blah,
that
blah.
cookie crumbles.
Yeah, it's just like, shut your aphorisms down and just let's be quiet and comfortable with each other.
Huh?
You weren't talking to me, I take it.
You're bringing up your dead brother again, so I'm going to pretend like I didn't hear that, and you're going to bring it up again, and I'm going to just sort of push it off to the side, because I know that the legal system likes to say it's about reform, but it's more like shut the fuck up and stay out of our hair for the next 1 to 57 to 90 years.
Yep.
You miss your brother. Does he help you a lot?
He's dead.
He used to.
Does he help you a lot?
He died.
He died. Yeah, I told you that before, bitch, and you ignored me.
I'm personally jealous of families that are close because I don't have one. And so it's always weird to see, like, because there are famous examples of like families that get along or like siblings who go into business together and really hit it off. And I go, why not me? You know, families, some of them are dysfunctional, and you can't go, why not me too? Because sometimes then it just might be you that is just a dysfunctional piece of shit.
I know. I feel like it's more of an oddity when you find the families that are like where you can have a business together as opposed to.
Right, but you're saying that from a personal reference because I don't know how many
And like friends and stuff. Like
Right.
if, you know.
I don't know how many people out there as a family are cohesive. I know mine's not. So anybody who comes to me and says mine is, I go bullshit because
Yeah.
my
Right.
point of reference is no.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you
Same.
got to know that there are some out there.
Oh,
like,
yeah, right. Yeah.
You know what? You're a good person.
No, I'm not.
Why
I
not?
just.
What's eating you up?
I'd be like,
Something just
fuck it,
really
all of
got
this.
oh my God, Catherine, ask a few questions to find out what's eating him up.
Right place. I know you're not a counselor, but that's what I want to say, you know?
you. Well, you
I
know,
wanna say-
sometimes you gotta say it out loud.
I'm not telling you to go and off yourself, but sometimes you gotta say it out loud.
Really quickly, it's annoying that I agree with Catherine on this point because I've made this realization myself. You want to take this to your bank and cash this check, whatever. I can give a fuck. But sometimes you don't know how you actually feel about something until you're talking about it with someone. You may feel who you are is pretty secure, but when you start talking to someone, you go, your emotions rise, and you go, well, like, I don't actually feel that way, and I thought I might. That's the part of it, is like, we all, and John's probably part of the stigma, because, 2007 is pretty, I mean, it's not like 60s, like, shut the fuck up and just do your work, but it's not like today where it's like everybody is so valid we can't get shit done.
Right.
But, like, it sucks that if John, in the moment in his life, like, is doing all these things and is like, God damn, I just need a counselor, but doesn't have the means or the, like, the social stigma or whatever kept him from it, like, that sucks. But, like, what do you do about it? All most people can do, especially depending on the culture and the time period, is, a lot of these people do treat these interrogations like confessions because their entire life they've just begged and pleaded for attention and validation, and the only time they're going to get it is when someone is asking them to tell the story of their demise.
Right.
And it's sad, but John's one of those people.
Yeah, and yeah, like he says, he wished he could switch places with his brother who passed away, and his wife and him, she got pregnant once, and the baby was stillborn, unfortunately, so they hadn't had a kid since.
Right, that's the thing. Like, it's hard for us as humans to step outside of our experience, because you go like, well, how could someone like John wish that he could change places with a dead guy? And I go, from personal experience, I can see where that would be appealing, but I can also see where people outside of my skull would go like, I would never consider that.
Right.
I'm not like dense enough to be like, oh, you've never considered offing yourself? Because I'm sure some people haven't. A lot of people haven't. But like people like John who go like, I wish, I would never go like, what? Pfft, that's stupid. I would never dismiss someone's,
especially not knowing.
Right. Just to be like, well, like, so wait, so your brother's a big influence on you? What are you saying back there, John? I was sorry, the paperwork. Housekeeping.
Oh, yeah.
I guess my thesis and the bullet point of all this is like, no matter what job you have to do, like, still try to be a fucking human.
Right.
Hey, Kathrine, take a fucking minute from your inane, like, ring around the mulberry bush and paperwork to be like, whoa, you and I are both humans, John. Tell me about your brother.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, well, now what? Or like, give a statement, pretend it's a question, and then be like offended when they don't answer the non-question.
Cause I need help.
That would be a good place for you to start, I bet.
What?
I don't like Kathrine, man. She's not good
You
at
feel
this.
better? You talk to me? You feel better that you talk to me?
I'm glad that you would hear.
Why?
You just seem to have a way of talking.
What?
Well,
You seem like you got a way of talking.
Like, if it weren't so sad, like, crank this up another notch and it would be a farce. Like, someone so inept at human compassion interacting like Kathrine Reed is laughable. If it weren't so tragic that John is like, I'm so glad it's you. You're such, like, I would not classify Kathrine Reed as a good listener, a good interactor, a good human being when it comes to like personable interaction. I'm sure she's a great person in her personal life, but right now she's coming across as a disconnected person, uninterested in the situation.
Yes.
And the fact that John Elliott can look at her and go like, thank God it's you because you're so blah, 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 blah. What must the rest of us look like if Kathrine Reed is the shining star or the crown jewel in his tiara? Holy fuck.
Some of them
That's
back in the
depressing.
office tell me I don't know how to shut up.
You haven't said much in the last 50 minutes.
So I appreciate you appreciating me.
You know,
I
you make me
believe
think
compassion should be a mandatory quality of law enforcement. Yeah, that'll never happen, but that'd be nice.
But okay, Landon, I agree, and I also have a problem because why wouldn't I, right? Mm-hmm. I've addressed it here before. Like sans context, it's easy to be duped by humans because if you're a good actor, you can just come across as genuine. Like the blonde kid who killed Kenya, what's her face? Like he killed her, put her body in a igloo cooler, put her in a freezer, and buried her. And the whole time was like, oh, I'm so sorry that she went out and got cigarettes and walked away with some dude. I wish I could have done more.
It's hard to be compassionate if you know that
Right.
somebody did something so terrible.
But no. I don't want to say that. I think that compassion it should be mandatory. However, it should be ladled out in equal parts with
Apathy.
I don't want to say apathy. Apathy is not the thing, but I don't want to say skepticism either. But like inquiry, like my heart goes out to these people
Right.
who give me these sob stories. So that's half of the equation. The other half is when the evidence stacks up and we go, okay, this says this. What's your explanation? And they go, I don't know, man.
Around.
Like compassion can take you so far, but once the facts start adding up, I go, whoa, this is fucked.
Right.
It's the thing. The thing is here when it's like with Kathrine Reed, there's no compassion and barely facts. It's like, where are we? We're spinning free. Our tires are made of soap and the road is made of water.
Right. Have compassion, but still enforce the law for
Exactly.
sure. Yeah, right. Right.
The best interrogations are from detectives who say, it's nothing personal. I'm not mad at you. I don't hate you or whatever. I have a job to do.
I have to follow the law.
I've got to ask you these questions.
Right.
It's sometimes, what's the word? Cathartic for detectives to get angry and yell and get pissed and get something by brute force. But yeah, that's not the way it should be. We should all recognize human compassion, but also be like, hey, I feel for you in your situation. However, like I was just watching the interrogation of a kid who killed his entire family. And they go, yeah, if we buy the story of your father being abusive, I can see that situation culminating in something happening. However, you can't go, well, my father was abusive, so I killed him, my mom, my younger brother, and the new baby. It's harder to justify.
Right.
But compassion still needs to be there. So yeah, Landon, you're totally right. Moral story.
Just the way you talk made me think of her.
Ain't Loretta Lynn, is it?
No, on that flight.
Loretta
that flight
Lynn.
entry, or that missing child on that plane.
What?
I kept telling it. You didn't come on board with a girl. But she knew she did.
What is he
I
talking
can't
about?
remember her name.
What's the movie called?
Flight. Not flight. I can't remember.
What the fuck? And as horrible as it is, like I feel like a lot of us could probably identify with John in certain circumstances because a lot of us live lives where like you probably consider talking to someone, whether it's a friend or a family member or a professional, whatever, to get some help, but you go like, I've got this. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And for most of us, like you and I, we're not going to get caught by Chris Hansen because that's not where our problem stems from. But the damage will still be done, right? If John Elliott went to not if, but John Elliott did go to the sting house and get caught. And he goes, well, now it's time to, deal with it. For the rest of us, we just have to sort of carry our problems because there's no police at the end of just like having parental issues or mental difficulties or anxieties or whatever that culminates in like Kathrine Reed being like, what's going on? Because like your or my anxieties aren't going to result in a crime probably. So I know it's just a weird situation where like John is being offered help, but only at the 11th hour when the crime has been committed and the book has been thrown. Good night, Ryan Maxwell. You take care.
Good night, Ryan.
Also in that movie, Hannibal Lecter.
Good one to bring up.
Oh.
Oh.
Jodie Foster.
Jodie, that's who you remind me of.
I like
No.
her.
Not at all.
One of my favorite actors.
Like Jodie Foster's mom's sister.
Twice removed.
All right, just another 90
Well, I
or
tell you
97
what, this is
pages.
the worst part of this job, filling out all this paperwork.
I don't know why I didn't do this
Having to ignore
beforehand.
the suspects during the interviews.
I want you to look at me, but I'm going to look down at this paper.
So you like model trains or anything like that, John?
You do that J.O. Railroad that those people are talking about on Craigslist?
Heard about this new thing called YouTube? I got lots of cat videos I understand on that website. GeoCities? Oh my God. As I keep watching Kathrine, I really start to miss my grandfather. It feels like, not to keep hammering this home, but like John Dudinsky and Kathrine Reed are the same coin but opposite sides. Like, where heads is like ultra competent and like effective and useful as John Dudinsky, the other side is like Kathrine Reed, where she's like, well, if I gotta do it, I'm gonna take as much time as I fucking want to.
It's like
and that's
Two-Face.
gonna be a lot. She's the only one who brings in like a file folder to be like, good news, we got paperwork.
Yeah.
Your license and get some information from your car.
Jesus.
And I'll be right back. You hungry?
No, ma'am.
Want a
Chips
Whataburger?
there?
I got you some sun chips. It's the garden variety.
It's the only kind we have because I only got a Sprite and some sun chips.
Well,
Oh, man.
Man, shut down by D-Mac with the Skittles and fucking Elliott with his sun chips there.
John.
John Elliott. Whatever. Moral of the story is, that's basically it.
One of those that
I'll
don't
take a
know.
Big Mac, says Matt.
Right, I would be like, if that's the thing. If at any point
It's 2
I'm
a.m.
in an interrogation and they have now, whether I'm guilty or not, and they've decided to keep me this long, they're going to pay with like,
Money.
not money, but like, I'm going to Todd Colehep their asses. I'm going to go like, hey, guess what? I want a large Barro's pizza with pineapple, pepperoni, and olive, and extra cheese. And I don't care. I want the regular crust, and I'm going to have diarrhea. And I'm going to have diarrhea because you've kept me here so long. I know I'm innocent, but I want a pizza, and I want to blow up your bath. That being said, that's all I've got for you. Thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate you guys. It's been a blast. I'm going to keep working on my AI songs related to true crime and etc. to play for you. I appreciate the diarrhea will be worth it.
Be worth it.
It'll be totally worth it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If, because here's the thing, travesties of justice occur. And if I'm ever in the middle of one and realize my fate is sealed and have just sort of signed my ticket and I'm okay with it, that's when I'm going to start doing comedy shit, like ordering the pizza that'll give me diarrhea or whatever. Because I'll know that I'm being railroaded and I go, okay, whatever. It's time for a party sub. It's time for a Cole Hep root beer float. It's time for something.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to milk the system because I'm getting railroaded. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Hopefully not, because I'm not.
Right.
I'm probably one of the most boring men in the world. But that being said, thank you for showing up and watching the show. We'll see you in a few days' time. It's becoming more and more random as I do more stuff. But definitely Wednesday we'll do more stuff. I've got more 70s and 80s commercials to roll through. We'll do more true crime on Fridays. But I'll see you on the next one. So you guys take care, and I appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
For this. Try to